Shalom, Lord Christ, priest and officer, 1000 Banyamyan, coming out of Fayetteville, North Carolina, I.S.U.P.K, under Commander General YAHANNA, under Captain Nayathaq, under Officer Zion Ya'Allah. And this is Fayetteville's semi-annual food and clothing drive. And what we do, we're just a resource for the community, man. We feed and clothe all people.
That's all right.
Hey, Shalom, Lord Christ, Shalom, priest and officer, 5,000 Zion Ya'Allah, and the water, General Caps, the water Captain Nayathaq. We down here listening. Fayetteville, North Carolina, man, beautiful city. But we on a mission, though, to wake up our people. Check me out. What we got? Hot grill, hot food, food and clothing drive, cheeseburger, young Akim, you know what I'm saying? Young brothers coming up. Got beautiful sisters cooking, you know what I'm saying? Passing out food, homeless coming in. And don't never tell me that we don't feed everybody.
Mi familia? Yeah, mi gente.
Michael.
Thank you, Commander General YAHANNA.
Food and clothing drive for Fayetteville, North Carolina going on. So we're just trying to feed the people. That's what we're doing. We're feeding the people. We're doing what Commander General YAHANNA has ordered us to do.
We need some milk. Check. We'll be ready to roll in a minute. Y'all hit the one to make sure that we can, y'all can, am I being heard? Make sure I'm being heard. But start to hit the one when you come in, make sure we're being heard.
To order to Commander General YAHANNA and the I.S.U.P.K, Israelite Spirit University of Practical Knowledge, for having a food drive in Fayetteville, North Carolina, for Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. You understand? When America ain't feeding you, Commander General YAHANNA, feeding you, clothing you in these hard times, Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, come out and support these brothers in Fayetteville.
For the I.S.U.P.K and the Commander General YAHANNA, Priest and Officer 500 for Don Banyamyan, man. Y'all see what's around, man. You understand? Commander General YAHANNA has taught the men under him how to serve the people, man. You understand what I'm saying? We come out here, put our life on the line for our people, man. We got free food, free burgers, free hot dogs. You understand what I'm saying? Baked beans, potato salad, whatever you want, man. You understand what I'm saying? Come out here and get you some, man.
Shalom, Yahawashi, Priest and Officer 1000, I.S.U.P.K, out of Fayetteville. Today we holding our annual food and clothing drive. You understand? Down here at the new school, you know, first clothing and food drive at the new school. You understand? We got the people coming out from the neighborhood, getting good food, getting good clothes. Commander YAHANNA, you understand, is reaching out and building up this nation, man.
Man, we having a good day, man. We happy that y'all out here. We out here for you, you know what I'm saying? We got an actual school right here, 454 East Russell.
Hey, Shalom, Lord Christ, this is Javelin coming at you. And we out here at the Fayetteville food drive, man, and it's glorious to come back out here and do the work of the Lord. Serve our people, man, and you understand, just people out of us go out here, we teach in classes, we teaching in prisons, we doing everything under the sun, man, but the one thing that we can never forget is to take what the Lord give us and to dish it back out to the people.
You know, being Lumbee and all, the struggles, we have very, very similar challenges. And the Bible talks about those challenges in the form of curses.
Check. Can you hear me, Yonazar?
Curses, you know, but we have to talk that because the church has failed us.
Come on, sir.
The church has failed us. On every facet has failed us. Yeah, that's what we do.
Yeah, kind of one concert. We hear you here in Durham, sir.
Water, I can hear you good. We're gonna start at like 10 after 7. About 5 more minutes. If any more, I can go come in.
Hey, Shalom,
We're gonna get started, all right?
Officer 1000
Okay, sir.
out here in Fayetteville, North Carolina with my brother I just want to encourage brothers and sisters in the Fayetteville area, when you see this video, right here established in the I.S.U.P.K under Commander General YAHANNA. Shalom.
Salaki Adawan.
Come on with it, young
Zion.
love.
Yeah, okay, because, yeah, your screen froze. Okay, so we got to, can you turn the speaker up a little bit? We got to hear him a little bit better. He's a little
Can
low.
you see me now?
I
is
see
it
you
working
perfectly.
now? Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, we're going to bring up your volume just a little bit on this end. Okay. Testing. If we could,
Check.
sir.
All right. You can hear me good?
Yeah, that's it, sir. We got you. Okay. All right.
No, that's it. We're going to rock and roll. We're going to rock and roll. Right now up on the screen so I can see them, see my brothers. Who in the school with you, Yonazar? That's Hawan.
Yeah. Officer Hawan is here.
That's right.
As well.
Brother.
Officer Rock is on his way.
Okay. All right, the water.
All right. Get those batteries charging up. You don't want to get caught out there this weekend.
Yeah, bear with me, Baba Shaw.
I don't want concert.
Hold on. Hold on. Got the heavy hitters in the building. You know, Mr. Oliver said he was out in Cincinnati and he seen the I.S.U.P.K out there. I said, amazing. I told him it's going to be biblical. It's going to be biblical, man. Everywhere.
Hey, baby. Can you hear me? Everything's okay?
Daughter. But you're a brother, ain't you?
Yeah.
One more minute. Let me see something. Clap it up. Shalom, Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahweh Shai brought a thumb to the Akim, the brothers. Shalom, Yahweh Shema Allah Thumb Ba'ashim Yahweh Shai to the sisters. I'm preaching officer of 5,000 Zion Yahweh coming out of Fayetteville, North Carolina. I'll be holding on the helm to the class tonight. Scripture breakdown class / Brotherhood class in the state of North Carolina. I'll be rocking the show for a little bit until Captain of 13,000, Captain Nayathaq Banyamyan comes in. If you have any questions, put them in the chat box. You understand? Don't be afraid. This is not the Christian church. This is a place that you can come and we'll answer your questions. And guess what? You can get fixed, just like we all got fixed in this place. You understand? We need a place where we can go to and ask questions and not be ashamed. We need a place where we can go to and talk about sex and relationship and marriages, cheating, divorce, and get real answers on how to fix them. That's right. We need answers on what should we do if my brother did this or my sister did that. We need real justice. We need a real system in place that understand the tragedy that we go through or have gone through or coming to. There's no other place that exists on this face of the earth like the I.S.U.P.K, man. If you're looking for it, you won't find it. How many churches have you attended? Raise your hand if you ever attended more than 2 churches in your entire life. Raise your hand. Let me see. Oh, 1, 2. I'm not gonna ask you how many churches you attended. I know you don't want to tell me that, but has it been more than 2? Yeah, it's been more than 2. Now, how many of you went into the church asking questions? Or you just sat there and watched the pastor say, we're gonna pass this collection plate around, we're gonna sing a few songs, we're gonna make all the women and the children cry, and you never get any answers to what you're really going through? I know. Well, welcome to the I.S.U.P.K. This is not that. This is the home of the truth. This is the place where so-called Black, Hispanics, and Native Indians can come and learn their true identity according to the Bible. What's your true identity, you may ask? Well, you belong to the 12 tribes of the nation of Israel. The world may say the lost 12 tribes. You know, we've been confused in this earth. In 2026, there's nothing more imperative. There's nothing more important than us waking up to the truth of this Bible and our true identity about who we are. If we understood those things, all the suffering that we go through from day to day, all the ignorant things that we do, all the wasteful time and investments that we do throughout the day, you'll realize that it's all frivolous, Bunk, y'all. It's complete hogwash. It makes no sense at all. Absolutely no sense. Once we wake up to that, we can begin to change our lives, man. And it is life altering. There are a lot of things that we've been accustomed to doing. Once you find out the truth, you'll turn your back on it. There are a lot of things that we done invested our energy and purpose and efforts into that are truly in vain, according to what thus says the Lord. You understand? Well, in this school in I.S.U.P.K, we set out on the mission that the Most High gave us with the Spirit of Christ and the prophets that came before us, the men that are above us, to wake up the so-called Black, Hispanics, Native Indians, to let you know that you descend from the greatest nation of people that ever walked the face of the earth, man. And it's my job to sit down tonight and convey this message. All right. With that being said, anyone have any questions, you can put them in the chat box. We'll get to them. Yahanna, if you still on, right? Yahanna still there? Yahanna, you still here with me tonight, brother?
Can you hear me, sir? You can't see me?
Yeah, I can hear you and I can see you. The water.
Okay, yeah. Okay, sir.
Now I want to go over something real quick, if I could, Baba Kashaw. Y'all know that the civil rights, can y'all think of some of the, Yahanna, you help me out with this one, Baba Kashaw. With the Voters' Right Act, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes.
What does that entail? Do anybody know? Somebody hit that for me. Google it for me. I want to know what does a voters' right entail?
Partially, I can give you a general description of what it does.
Okay.
Okay, so before the Voters' Rights Act of 1964, which was passed in October of 1964, you understand, even though Black people were citizens, there was no law enforcement that would enforce the rights of Black people to vote, meaning they could do whatever they wanted to do to prevent us from voting.
They could do whatever that they want to do to prevent us from voting.
Yeah, there was no law to prevent. So what the Voting Rights Act did, it gave us legal right to the poll place, right? Basically, which was enforceable under the law, meaning now you can get law enforcement involved with activities that was trying to prevent Black people from voting.
Now, that's great. All right. So that's one idea of looking at it. I heard something today that was kind of profound. I thought it was pretty, another way of looking at it. This also signifies how evil how much hatred that was in the earth by the oppressor. That you had to come up with a law. They came up with a law just to stop them from being so goddamn evil. If you understand the voter suppression thing that they do to try to, now we know voting has nothing, we don't vote at all in here. We change our lives and we follow we follow Christ. We walk in the way he walked, right? But there are a lot of people our people fell into the idea that voting really changes things. But you think about what's it called again, Bunk? Y'all, the voters. The VRA. That what I'm the acronym. That's what I'm looking for. The VRA. Yeah. It also shows how evil and classless the oppressor is. Now, if you telling me there's something that your idea is to push the VRA on the people to give them the idea that they're included into this empire, but then you hunt them down and treat them like animals, ask them to stand in line. You taught us that you want us to be a part of the system, but when we stand in the line to be a part of the system, you show your true colors. So much so, Bunk, y'all, they had to come up with a law to stop white people from being so goddamn evil.
And Salaki, sir.
Come on with it, Yanazar.
It was President Johnson, right, who supported the Voters' Right Act, and he did it because up until that time, black people was mostly in the Republican Party. So when they passed the Voting Rights Act under the Democrats, that's when the whole political landscape started to change in America. So it was done on purpose, not to help us, but to suck us in.
And that's what I wanted to get to. Just as well as we stood in those lines thinking we could sing "We Shall Overcome," all the things that we entangled ourselves into in his empire, and somebody put their name on a piece of paper, Kudum, and it all goes away. You understand what I'm saying? Somebody writes their name on a ballot. Are you yay or nay? If the nays outweigh the yays, Kudum, whatever that you thought you was getting goes out the window.
So like
imagine if I gave you a car. I'm giving you a car. Say, brother, I want you to get to work. Here's the stipulation, though. We're going to vote on your ability to have this car every year. Now, I got a panel here, and this panel going to decide annually, right, whether you have the right to drive that car. You may not ever voice it, but what goes through your mind annually when it's time for us to cast our ballot in to decide whether you want that, whether we're going to allow you to have that car or take it from you? What goes through your mind? Yeah. Why I got to keep going through this? You say that I'm a part of this, right? You say you want the best for me. Why am I still having to wait till you cast your ballot for you to decide whether I can drive this damn car or not? That's us as Black, Hispanic, Native Indians. You will tell us that we're free, we're part of this empire. We can go to your schools. You understand? We can do in your banking system. We can sit down in your restaurants to eat alongside you. These are all things that are supposed to be done civilly for us to so-called be free in this empire.
It's like it, sir.
They also say you can go vote. But guess what, though? If you get more nays than yays, Quadon, your black ass won't be going to work. Everything that you thought was valuable to you will be decided on somebody that's above you putting their name on a ballot for yay or nay. Think about that. That's oppression, huh? These oppressors can decide tomorrow, yay or nay, whether they want to shut down the Walmarts. And ain't nothing we can do. These oppressors, you know, that direct deposit that you get that goes to the bank, Well, you went to that bank tomorrow and they said close. You would lose your goddamn mind. You understand me? You walked in there, but it's all on the vote. You know they have panels to decide whether they're going to allow the bank to be funded or they're going to shut it down. All on the ballot, Cordon. Yay or nay. Our lives in this empire is based on what the oppressors decide. You come and serve the Lord, it's based on what the Lord allows. You understand me? It's a whole different life. That's why we're fighting every single day to have our own what? Kingdom. Come on, Yonazar.
What I was going to say, sir, is they passed the Voters' Rights Act in the spring of '64, but what they did was in the fall of that same year, they passed what was called the Immigration Act. So now they needed to find a way to dilute our power because at that point we was almost 40% of the United States, right? Well, I wouldn't say, we was about 25%, Slocky. So they passed the Immigration Act of 64, 65, which would bring in all, because I don't know, when I was a kid, when I was a little boy, it was blacks, Hispanics, and white people, basically. You understand? But when they passed the Immigration Act, then that's when all the other nations came in and had the same rights that we fought for, but they came in and they got those rights automatically. So they diluted our power right off the bat. Whatever power we might have had politically was taken away from us almost immediately.
I'm going to hit you to a little game. A little game. This is what I say. They gave the illusion that the Voters' Rights Act was about us. They gave the illusion that the immigration laws was about us. Only thing these things were designed to do was remove us from our seat.
Absolutely.
To increase the distance between us to the oppressor. So when we get to complaining, instead of us seeing who the real devil is that's on the earth, we'll focus on Chinaman. We'll focus on Koreatown. Yes, we tell, we go out on the streets and we say who Christ died for. Our people not concerned about the Korean man. They're not concerned about the Hawaiians. We are concerned about being close to the oppressor. That's all. That's all we want. So we talk about immigration. The oppressor knows, like, nah, let's create a little distance between us and them. Let us deal wisely with them. Let's give them Mother's Day. Let's have them focus on Father's Day. We'll bring in all the products from overseas, have them manufacture that stuff with all type of deficiencies and all the poisons that they make, and we'll sell them in the black community. You know, as a kid, when brothers start wearing colors, the movie Colors? Where did they used to get them bandanas from? Where we used to get the bandanas from? Come on. Yeah, from Chinaman, the Korean stores. Where you used to get your waist cap from? The same place. Where the sisters get their eyelashes in the hair weave in their bundles from? What is Shein? What's Shein? Where'd that come from, Bunk, y'all? Is it? Is it Chinese? Moab? Is it Shein is Chinese? Sisters, y'all get me right. Y'all, they be on the Shein. What's the other one that they shop on? Temu. What's the other one? What's the other one? Shein, Temu. One more. Come on. TikTok is once again though. What's the other one? One more. Shein. Fashion Nova. one more, not fashion. It's one more. Fashion Over, one more, but it's one more out there. I know I can't think. Shein, Fashion Over, and something at Temu. Something else. Alibaba. All these things that we talking about are ways. Come on with it. Come on.
TikTok Shop.
TikTok Shop is something. There's one more out there. I got that one. All I'm saying is these things are placed in front of us, and they are deciding what we choose to say. This is fashion. This is not fashion. You start to follow the Bible, and as an Israelite, you learn your real culture. You decide what's fashion, what's not fashion. Whether you get one of them shirts from Kawal, huh? We decide our fashion when we follow the law, statutes, and commandments in this Bible. The oppressor set these things in place to make sure we only focus on trying to be close to him, and he continuously set things to, nah, I don't want y'all close to me. I don't know what I'm. Give me 2 Timothy 2 and 4, Bob Kershaw. 2 Timothy 2 and 4. And Lord, if I get a chance to knock Mother's Day head off, I'm gonna get to you before Cap get in here. I've been itching to knock Mother's Day head all the way the hell off. For you brothers and sisters that think you got to, go and serve your mother for her day. I'm going to get you right on that.
Church.
You know your mother hated you anyway. Just so you know that. That's why you was allowed to eat pork, shrimp, crab, and lobster. That's why you got hit with that long extension cord. You know that, right? Come on, Kodam. I ain't gonna get it yet. Come on.
Come on. So this is the book of 2 Timothy chapter 2, verse 4.
Come on.
No man that warreth entangleth himself with the affairs of this life.
Right. You do what now?
The book of Timothy, 2 Timothy chapter 2, verse 4.
Come on.
No man that warreth.
No man that's warreth, right? Go ahead.
Entangleth himself with the affairs of this life.
Why not?
So like it, sir, because if you warn, the battle we fighting is a spiritual battle.
Mm-hmm.
So we're not entangling ourselves with this life because, man, this life is America's about to fall.
I'm gonna give you something to think about. As a soldier or somebody who's willing to fight for something that they want to win, how can you win if you're only thinking about the things you're gonna lose? How can you truly fight when you're thinking about what you're gonna lose?
Right.
So if you're a warrior, if you're a brother or sister, no matter what it is, how can you really fight for the kingdom of the Lord if you're thinking about being entangled with the ways of this world? How can you win? You cannot win like that. How are you going to win a battle if you're worried about what your mother's going to say on Mother's Day? How will you win the battle if you're thinking about what your family going to say on Christmas? How are you going to win a battle when you thinking the oppressor call you when he say, you ain't sugar, honey, iced tea? We cannot be entangled in the affairs of this world because the war is done on my way I think, my spirit, my soul. That's the war. The war is based on me. That's what it says, worth, right? That war. How you gonna win if you entangled with everything in the man? I gotta do this. I gotta do that. You can convince yourself to sell water to a goddamn well and think that you're doing something special. It's like, go ahead, Salaki.
Salaki, sir, what you saying is so heavy. You think about the spirit of why Christ told Peter to let the dead bury the dead. Because we got work to do. You understand? They building up the kingdom. You sitting here trying to indulge in this life. You understand? But we got work to do. So,
hey, and you know what the hard part about it is, Kwadon? Because being in the world makes you feel good. makes you feel like you're a part of something. It makes us feel like we're accepted. You ever been to a place, hey, man, you feel like you in the party. That's what this world does, but it rocks you to sleep. We tell you the truth, it's like running into a goddamn train. That don't feel good, huh? Your family members, guess what? They're not gonna call you as much. Your family members, they're gonna stop inviting you to the family functions. You gonna know that they have them. You won't even know that they have them. You will see it on Facebook. You're like, damn, I thought we was a family. You come in here and you gain a new family that's willing to fight. And if your family don't look like you think it should look, then you do the goddamn work. You make it how you think it should look. Don't look for an excuse. If you look for an excuse, guess what you're gonna do? You're gonna find yourself entangled with the things that are in the world. As Black, Hispanics, Native Indians, all of us got caught up into this civil rights Voters Act. And we just seen that they just changed the bunk, y'all. All they got to put is putting enough nays on a goddamn ballot box, it'll change your whole idea. So what were you fighting for again? What were you standing up saying the Pledge of Allegiance for what again? You're gonna buy your Mother's Day gift for what again? You're not ready for war. You're looking for a soft spot to lay down in. You need your tummy rubbed, don't you? You need to get your shoulders rubbed. When it's war outside, the only thing we should be thinking about is winning the battle. How do we win the battle? We do it through the Spirit of Christ. Brotherhood, sisterhood, obedience. Read on.
That he may please him who have chosen him to be a soldier.
Do what now?
That he may please him whom have chosen him to be a soldier.
I thought it say please your mother.
Sir, that he may please him.
Well, what about the voters' rights?
That he may please him.
What about the politicians? Does it say that?
Sir, that he may please him who have chosen him to be a soldier.
A lot of our problem is we're trying to please people that don't even choose us. That'll look over you in a goddamn heartbeat. You trying to please your boss for what? He gonna look at you and be like, great job, Kodam. You're doing a hell of a job, man. I'll see you tomorrow. And he pull up in that 911 Porsche. And guess what he gonna tell you tomorrow morning, Kodam? Good morning, how are you? And we focus our whole energy in our life on what? Pleasing this empire. As Black, Hispanics, Native Indians, brother, we've given so much, y'all. We give so much to this place. So much energy, so much attention, so much time. Kodam, 60 years ago, our parents couldn't even goddamn read. Our grandparents. Here we are listening to them tell us stories about the Bible. I get that there had to be some purpose in it. However, we're in a time now where we can look up. And now we can make the choice of what war that we're willing to fight. You can no longer sit on the sideline and entangle yourself with the ways of the world. We say the Lord chose you. And then what it said? We tell our people the Lord chose you over all the people of the earth, over all the other nations that's on the face of the earth. Read the latter part of it again, Baba Shaw.
Come. That he may please him who have chosen him to be a soldier.
That we fighting for, isn't it? Let me tell you something, Akim. If you in this class tonight, both brothers and sisters, y'all have a very important role as well. I'm not gonna overlook y'all. That's not what I'm saying. But the family function is for that brother, for him to operate at a high manner of being a soldier for the battle. Just like he can't be distracted by the ways of the world, sis, you can't be distracted by the ways of the world either. You can't be entangled by love and hip hop. You can't be entangled. Well, some of them shows them sisters be looking at day and night. I mean, they just running their data bill up.
It's like, sir.
Come on, Hawan.
You be watching Beauty in the Black.
Who?
Beauty in the Black. Tyler Perry's thing.
Oh shit, Beauty in the Black. Ain't never heard of that one. That's a new one, ain't it?
What is that about?
I really
They watching Beauty in the Black.
That's what it's about.
And this is the scary part about all of it. We'll take those images that we see on the screen in our iPad on YouTube, and we'll fantasize about being in our own lives. Shalom, sis. Shalom, y'all. Shamar. Shamar. All of give her a hand, y'all. Most high Christ. All right. We got a sister in here fighting. That's what we want to see. We take the idea of what's on the screen. You think about who taught you how to be a gangster bunk, y'all? Snoop Dogg, I.S.U.P.K, Dr. Dre, 50 Cent. They basically gave us an image of what they wanted us to be. You saw it on the TV screen, and then you begin to emulate it. You know how strong Black, Hispanics, Native Indians are. When you see Commander General YAHANNA on that screen and he begin to speak, it wakes up something in y'all. That's right. It's life altering. You understand? It's a whole nother imprint that you receive once you submit the idea of what you thought was right and you begin to realize what's actually right. How many of our sisters actually got a course in how to be a wife? What you watch? I Dream of Jeannie or some shit like that? Bewitched. Now, our first example, and I can remember that we all admired to see, was Claire Huxtable, The Cosby Show. How long that lasts? Some of us couldn't connect with the Cosby Show, so we fantasized about what we wanted in our families through the Cosby Show. You wanted a man that was a doctor, that went and delivered babies and came home every day. That ain't a warrior life. It's a good profession to have. Ain't nothing wrong with it. But some niggas just ain't built for that. You understand what I'm saying? Some brothers just, they don't want to just have one woman. They want much polygamy. Some sisters don't want a man to go to work and come home like this. Some sisters want an old roughneck. That was Salt and Pepper said. Got to be a roughneck. All I'm saying is all the images that we received that we thought was, a good thing to have, they all been given to us. They were all given to us. So now we open up the Bible and begin to see what the Lord says. And then you got to rewire your brain. You got to become, what do you call it? Can you call it unwound, come out of her? All those things were given to her. Conscious, gangster rap. Those, come on, man. Read the verse again, Kodon.
This is the book of 2 Timothy chapter 2, verse 4.
Mm-hmm.
No man that warreth entangle himself with the affairs of this life.
Right. So you think about everything that's been put in front of us, well, it's absolutely designed for us to be entangled in. Every last bit of it. Come on.
That he may please him who has chosen him to be a soldier.
But the minute you become, once you unplug from the so-called this world, you begin to please the Most High. You showing up to the, raise your hand if you showed up to the pass hole. Give yourselves a hand. Most High in Christ. Who were you pleasing somebody else in your family when you did that? Who was that? Who you think you were pleasing when you did that? The Most High. You gonna show up to you with flowers on to your Mother's Day for what? She gonna be happy for 2 minutes, and them flowers gonna die, and she gonna hate you. Give me James 4:4, Baba Kushaw. Book of James, chapter 4, verse 4.
Come. The book of James, chapter 4, verse 4.
Come on.
Ye adulterers and adulteresses, know ye not that the friendship of the world is enmity with God?
What does that mean? This is another entanglement scripture, right? What does that mean?
Like, sir, if I may, the Google Dictionary definition of enmity is the state of feeling or being actively opposed or hostile to someone or something.
All right, so let's break it down from the top.
So it's a lie. It says, ye adulterers and adulteresses, know ye not that the friendship of the world is enmity with God?
So what would be, so why would the word adulteress be in there with enmity with the word of the Lord, with God?
Come on, sir.
Please,
if I
come
may.
on.
Okay, so I would think that this would be talking more about spiritual adultery.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and that
meaning what?
Meaning that they are cheating on the Lord, or you know, they're cheating on the Lord, so to speak, in their way they're living.
Yeah,
committing adultery against the Lord, because the scriptures say, as a treacherous wife leaveth her husband, I'm paraphrasing, so has the children of Israel, you know,
if you're
committed
getting
adultery
ready,
against the Most High.
if you are getting ready to celebrate Mother's Day, you're gonna have in between you and the Most High.
Hey, Salakia.
And with that, I'm gonna pass over to Captain 13,000, Captain Nayathaq, Banyamyan. Y'all clap it up.
Who trying to celebrate Mother's Day there?
I ain't gonna call no names, Cap.
All right.
Not today.
All right. Where we at? How y'all doing?
Who was just looking at
Wow,
James?
sir.
Everybody to
awesome. Who we having? Fayetteville, Durham, and Bahamas. Did you all send it to Jamaica?
Come on. We put it in the overall email thread, the group chat.
Nah, somehow the brother not getting it. I'll send it to him right now.
Okay, come on.
Sir. Let me see. Copy. I sent it to him. Right? Yeah, about that one. Yeah.
He's in there, sir.
He's in there.
Yeah.
No. What's your brother name? He had one. All right.
Okay.
Those are I got him. All right. Let's continue. Where we at? Hey, Shalom. Yahabashim, Yahawashima Tabashima Shai. All right.
So like I said, we was in the book of James 4.
Somebody have a specific question on that?
Officer Zion was breaking it down, sir.
Okay. He Zion had finished that, right?
Yes, sir. Come on.
Oh, yes, sir. All right. So then, any questions before I jump into my topic? How many of you watched the radio show last night? That's supposed to be a staple in your house right now. You know what I mean? A Monday night show, generals. You know what I mean? That should be, part of your news. You understand? If you did watch it, you would have seen one of the topics that went over. That is something that that in this timing, pay real close attention to it. You understand? Real close attention, and it's been something that's been affecting black people to the point where it's now affecting them. You understand? So let's start here. Let's start here. Go to first. Let's start here. Go to Exodus. Let's start there. Exodus 1 and 15. All right, Exodus 1 and 15. Who wanna be my read from it? What's his name? Akasha, you could read for me?
Count on my card, son.
Come on. Exodus 1.
This is the book of Exodus, chapter 1 and verse 15. And the king of Egypt spake to the Hebrew midwives, of which the name of the one was Sapphira, and the name of the one was Pura.
Right. And now these heathens, right? When they want to attack you, what do they normally go after? They go after what?
Your woman.
And your
children.
And your children. You understand? Like people think black people choose to live in squalor, choose to live in the projects. You don't choose to live in none of that. If the oppressor would just leave us alone as a nation, you will see that half the things they say we choose is not because we want to be, what they say they want us to be. It's because of the system. The system is designed to do what? To oppress you as a black man, Hispanic, and First Nation people. And the oppressor is so evil with it. What does he do with the oppression? Who does he oppress also?
Salaki, sir.
Come on.
He even oppresses his own poor.
Yeah, his own people. You understand? His own people he oppresses. Why? Just to get what? Rich and wealthy. Why you taking the fight in the war with Iran? America have all the oil they need. Where?
Right here. Salaki,
yeah, right
sir.
here. Come on.
America is an oil exporter, a net exporter of oil. So we don't really need imported oil in reality.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right?
Yes.
And if I may, one more thing real quick, sir. Like people been downplaying the fact that Trump and a small group of his cronies have profited tremendously off of every move in this war. They've profited from it, everything about it.
But guess who's not going to profit from it? Us, brother. When I go to the pump right now, brother, I'm telling you, I don't know. We got to do something. I'm how to go to my brother I.S.U.P.K and do something. You understand? Because the gas prices right now is ridiculous. And it's only going to get worse. It's only going to get worse. Right? So read on.
Come on. This is the book of Exodus, chapter 1 and verse 16. And he said, when ye do the office of a midwife to the Hebrew women, and see them upon the stools, if it be a son, then ye shall kill him. But if it be a daughter, then shall she live.
Yeah. Right. So you see what's taking place here right now, right? This is Pharaoh. His government is putting out a decree, trying to make something in law like what? This is nigh onto what?
Genocide, sir.
No, okay. Okay. You would think it's genocide, right? But in genocide, who suffers? Who suffers in a genocide? Not just children.
So like you said, in genocide, everyone suffers.
Yes, everybody will suffer. The man will suffer. The woman and the children will suffer. The woman, they say that their suffering is on the trauma side. Men and the young boys, they try to what? Unalive. You understand? And the kids and all too. You understand? So in a genocide, really and truly, everybody going to suffer in a genocide. This is somewhat like a how to put it, like a soft, if you or a slow one where you're going to take what? You're going to destroy what? The male. And with destroying the male, you are now destroying what?
Salagi, sir, you're destroying the seed line of the people.
Yes, you wiping that out. So it's somewhat like a genocide, but in here it's more so, you know what I mean? Like he is trying to, yeah, like stop your lineage. You understand? That line, trying to stop it. All right. Now read on.
Come on. This is the book of Exodus, chapter 1 and verse 17. But the midwives feared God and did not as the king of Egypt commanded them.
And that's what we're going back to. We're gonna have to what? Our sisters are going to have to do what? Fear the Lord. And know that what? Abortion is wrong. Abortion is murder. You understand? We're gonna get into that topic to show you that it's, you know what I mean, the Lord is really trying to get us to understand not to live like these other nations. Because these other nations are so selfish, they will do what? Especially the oppressor. They're so selfish, what they won't do. On topic. What they won't do, being selfish. The white man, he all about money. Right? So in a recession, what will they stop doing? When money start to get scarce, what's the first thing to start doing?
They start cutting the programs. They cut the poor off.
They cut the poor off, but meaning I'm talking about them as a nation. What's the first thing to start doing when money start to get scarce? And you tend to do the opposite to them.
Well, they always start to blame the blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. They start to blame us for the problems.
But okay, in COVID-19, right? COVID-19, right? Now, in COVID-19, think about it like this. You would think what? Because of this virus, you more inside, what would black people be more doing? I'm gonna just give it blunt, having sex. You understand? You locked up in that house, you understand? You a poor man, right? They call it, you know what I mean, F and fight. You a poor man, right? You F and fight. You understand? And with that comes what? Babies. In hard time, the oppressor does what? He wants what? He looking for where he can squeeze all the money from. You think you're going to have kids in hard times? No. People watching you right now in hard times, what do they tell black women? After a poor black woman, after she have a first child, waiting the doctor comes and tell her or asks her.
Can she tie her tubes? Do she want to tie her tubes?
Yes, after one child. Well, you could bet your bottom dollar after the second child is you must. You're thinking about it. You should. You understand? Like in a recession with the oppressor, they tend to now do what? Have less babies. So they think in a recession, we do what? We will what? Adjust to the time. We'll adjust it. Why? Because we are accustomed being what? Yeah, we are accustomed being poor. So we will adjust it. You understand? We'll make adjustment. Not him. His adjustment is we're going to have to stop having babies. We'll have one. You understand? One. With us? Nah. What did the Lord say? What's the first thing the Lord leave in the Bible for us to do as male and female? To do what?
Be fruitful and multiply.
Yeah. Yeah. That's it. All right. Now read on. No, skip up to verse 10.
Come. This is the book of Exodus, chapter 1 and verse 10.
Go up to 8. Skip up to 8.
Come.
Read.
The book of Exodus, chapter 1 and verse 8. Now there rose up a new king over Egypt, which knew not Joseph.
Mm-hmm.
And he said unto his people, Behold, the people of the children of Israel are more and mightier than we.
Now remember that, Akim. That is the fear of the so-called oppressor. Has always been the fear. You understand? You could show them you're not about, harming them or anything. In their mind, if you get more and mightier than them, they're thinking that what? You're going to do what? Harm them. Why? Because they are guilty of committing crimes against Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians and not paying for it. And that's how a guilty person thinks. You understand? Read on.
The book of Exodus, chapter 1 and verse 10. Come on, let us deal wisely with them. Lest they multiply, and it come to pass that when their fellow out any war, they join also unto our enemies.
You understand? Waiting to taking place now. There's wars and what? Rumors of what? Wars. Wars and rumors of wars. You think he wants to go send his diminishing population to go fight a war and then leave us back here to go nice and strong? Why take them rounding up the Mexicans and them the way them rounding them up? Is it by, you know what I mean? Come on.
I saw today a report. There was a woman, and she was in the Navy, a Hispanic sister. They sent her to war today, and they deported her father the same day.
That's crazy. And you know what I mean? Like hearing stories like that, you know what I mean? More and more Hispanics should start waking up. More and more brothers should start waking up too. You understand? More and more you Negroes should start waking up and realize that America don't love you. You understand? They will never send their sons. Those senators on them, they're not sending their sons on them boats and on the front line. If they're so in for the war and this war is needed, but put kids on the front line.
So like
why have my kids in the front line? Come on.
I'm sorry, sir. So like they, you know, they already instituted the draft already. It's already law. The draft.
Yeah. The Lord be with them on that. You know what I mean? Black people know exactly how to get around that. What's his name? Banke, are you there? Who behind the computer? Zion. Check the private chat. I put something in there for you, right?
All
right. Now, finish that verse. It was in
the book of Exodus, chapter 1 and verse 10, there at the end. They join also unto our enemies and fight against us, and so get them up out of the land.
Right. And this is always their way of doing what? These heathens, these are the oppressor. He always tried to give you a what? For his evil. He always tries to give you what? A reason for his evil. Some justification for his evil. That's why black people thinking they're going to get reparations. When these bastards was in Congress debating on whether to let you out of slavery, they were debating on whether to give the slave master what? Here's reparation. Here's money for loss of stock. And you're wondering, keep on wondering if you're going to get reparations. One day you'll wake up and realize there's no reparation you're gonna get. You understand? They knew the trauma that we will be in. What's going to keep us moving on is hope. That's why when Barack Obama came in office with that slogan, hope and change, that was very evil. Because that's the one thing a black man wake up every morning. You understand? With hope that there's going to be a change in his life. You understand? Right? Read on.
Come. This is the book of Exodus, chapter 1 and verse 11. Therefore, they did set over them taskmasters to afflict them with their burdens, and they built for Pharaoh treasure city, Pithom and Ramses.
Right. You understand? And this is what's going to happen. You realize black people, how much jobs black people have to survive in this place? 1, 2, 3. You understand? Like this here, you will live in Egypt. The Bible say what? You'll be sold into what? Egypt again with what? With ships. Egypt was synonymous with the word what? House of what? Bondage. The house of bondage. You understand? And they're just doing what? Just increasing your workload. Now, guess what? Your rent going up, but what not going up? And if your pay not going up and your rent going up, your insurance going up, food going up, what does that mean you have to do? What does that mean you will have to do? Food is going up, rent going up, right? Your what you call that where you pay for your home? That
mortgage. Your mortgage.
Your mortgage. No, that's the other thing they make you pay. Like land tax.
Yeah. Property tax.
Property tax, the one that they're always increasing every year to try and get you out buy you out on a house. We're forced into selling for next to nothing. Because now you're in a place where you're desperate. So instead of getting what your house really valued at, they're giving you on 100,000 on the bid in there, 50,000 on the bid in there. You understand? Now, with all that taking place, what does that mean you would have to do that's legal?
So like I said, if I may,
you
have to find a way to make more money.
Well, see what I'm saying? The sis got it. You know what I mean? You will have to go find a second job. And now when you go find a second job, you don't have time to do what? What you don't have time to do?
Raise your family.
You don't have time to raise a family. You don't have time to have a family. And you don't have time to do what? Sit down and do what? Figure out how to get yourself out of this hell. Yeah. You understand? Some brothers and sisters will go and do what? Will go and get a second degree. Thinking, well, you know what? I'm going to go get a second degree. I'm going to go get my PhD. I'm going to go get this. I'm going to go get that. And then before you know it, you have a school bill of what? 100,000, 50,000. Not saying don't go get it. Go get it nonetheless. But don't think you're going to get that and you're going to get out of what? What you're not getting out of with them degrees?
Captivity.
Better known as what?
Slavery.
Better known as what? Batizar one. My man. Better known as hell. You're not getting out of hell. You understand? Go ask Michael Jackson. Ask Whitney Houston. They had all the money, brother. They could have paid with mortgage trust for a whole year. You understand? But they died like regular, like Salakia, like crackheads. You know what I mean? They died like that. Overdose. What the hell you doing? You making millions. What the hell you doing overdosing on? Like you don't know drugs kill you? Right? Read on.
Come on. This is the book of Exodus chapter 1 and verse 12.
Mm-hmm.
But the more they afflicted them, the more they multiplied and grew.
What? The more they what?
The more they afflicted them, the more they multiplied and grew.
That's why we say what? Any other nation that was in our position as being oppressed, or they would have, their numbers would have been, you know what I mean, like the Willy Mammoth. They might have been extinct. You understand? But the more oppression they give us, the more what? Kids we're gonna have. They don't understand. You put black people, a black man and a black woman, they're gonna argue in their house, but guess what? They're gonna make babies too. They're gonna make babies too. With all our argument, they're gonna make babies. Why? Because they're in hell together. You understand? Right? Read on.
The book of Exodus chapter 1, verse 12 in the middle. And they were grieved because of the children of Israel.
And they were what?
And they were grieved because of the children of Israel.
And that's what's happening. They grieve because they have to watch this Hispanic woman pushing a pram, 2 on the side and 1 in the oven. And she has to, this white woman has to go to the doctor for the doctor to give her some medication to up her hormones. Because she done turned 40 and trying to have what? A child now. You understand? And when the baby come out, it's all messed up. You understand? Well, the Lord is dealing with them because of what? How they dealt with us. Where the Egyptians today? You think the oppressor, he gonna get away? The Egyptians didn't get away. You understand? The Lord dealt with them and is dealing with them to this day. So bet your bottom dollar, Esau is not going to get away. He's not. That's why the story we're about to read, you're going to see. Remember, everything he tried to do to us, he tried to do what? He put that drugs in our community, that crack, that heroin. You understand? Put it in our community, destroyed our community. You understand? In the 60s, all the way up to the 80s, 90s. And then the Lord put it back on his people.
That's right.
And now it's a problem. Now it's an opioid problem. Now he's trying to get all the program necessary to try and get his people off it. And his people dying off of fentanyl overdose, man. You understand? Why? Because the person who run in the earth, the people who run in America, they're not qualified to do it. They're not. You blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, you're qualified to run this earth. You understand? And the Lord gonna come and show you under Christ that you qualify to run it and not the oppressor. All right. Hold on, Give me 1 minute. I think this is the what's his name? Bankea. Salakia. I'd get you all to wear name tags, man. I definitely gotta get you all to start wearing name tags. Salakia. I'll be on the screen and high name tag right here. So I mean, Bankea, pull up that last one I sent you. Save that the first one for after.
Okay,
this is the one that,
come.
I think General and them pull out on the show last night. All right. Now remember, we in what? We are in what? We in the Old Testament, right? The book where these Christians, they don't like to read out because it's too bloody. You understand? It's too bloody for them. But nothing here. We're gonna read out of it, and we're gonna show black people from the beginning to the end. It's talking about who? You. Blacks, Hispanics, and First Nation people. It's talking about the problems you're in, right? Your downfall, and how to rise out of that downfall. You understand? All right. Yeah. You able to pull it up there for me? Yeah. So read a little bit of that.
So I got to.
Right. And no, this is for what?
Mapped fertility rate decline by U.S.
Go ahead, Salaki.
Mapped fertility rate decline by U.S. state 2005. It says fertility rates decreased nationwide. Sir,
I think we might have a lag.
Check.
You all hearing me?
Check.
We hear you loud and clear in Durham.
So we frozen.
Okay. No. I think Fayetteville.
Okay, sir. It says fertility rates decreased nationwide from 2005 to 2022. I don't know why this is doing this.
So do this, Fayetteville.
Officer Yahanan, can you hear me?
Fayetteville.
What about time?
Fayetteville, you all just jump out and jump back in.
Sir.
And brothers, if you all on the internet in the school, just jump off a little bit until, you know what I mean, you know Esau is tell you paying, you know what I mean, X amount for X amount of speed. And there's no, you know what I mean, once you start going on it, you realize it's slowing down. So just jump out and jump back in. All right. I'm gonna try and
Check. So like Cap, can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you. You hear you good. Loud and clear.
I'm gonna share it again.
Okay.
I dropped the other page. This page has a lot of activity on it. So lock here. Can you see the map?
Yeah. Go ahead.
Okay, so lock here.
Right. And now you're gonna recognize something about this, right? Because I don't think it goes into the demographic, right? Which means we know who more than likely it's speaking about. All right. It don't really go into the demographic. It just give you it by what? By state. All right, so go ahead.
Sir. Map fertility rate decline by U.S. state 2005 to 2022. This was originally posted. Salakia. Over the past 2 decades, the United States has experienced a significant decline in fertility rates, with some states seeing dramatic drops and others seeing smaller drops.
Go on.
I don't know what's going on with the page, sir. Hold on. Salakia.
It just has certain things in between. But the words, just read the words. There's certain advertisement stuff that's going on the page.
Right. And it's jamming me up on my end. I don't know if y'all can see that online.
I'm gonna read it quick, right?
So like yes, sir. I don't know if
we can see it here in Durham.
Yeah.
It's small though.
Come. So like yes, sir, I can read it without sharing it.
Yeah, you could. If that's good, then go ahead and do that. Right. And I could share it. I could share it. No, you good. That the white man technology fair.
Okay. So it says, over the past 2 decades, the United States has experienced a significant decline in fertility rates, with some states seeing dramatic drops and others seeing smaller drops. This map, created by USA Facts, uses data from the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention to show the states with the largest declines in fertility rates from 2005 to 2022.
Go ahead.
It says, here's a table showing the change in fertility rates of U.S. states from 2005 to 2022. And
And
the first
most
state,
of the go ahead.
sir.
Go ahead.
Like the first
Like I
Utah.
said, if I may, like, could we
Mhm.
get a little breakdown on exactly what they mean when they say fertility rates?
Yeah, fertility rate is like how much children you'll have, you know what I mean, per let's see. Let's pull it up. Right? Somebody look up what is fertility rate. And then look up the
Salakia, sir.
Go ahead.
Fertility rate. A fertility rate is a demographic measure indicating the average number of children a woman would have in her lifetime, or the number of live births per 1,000 women aged 15 to 44 through 49 in a given year.
Right.
It tracks.
Go ahead.
It tracks population growth and decline, with 2.1 being the replacement rate. Synonyms include birth rate, reproductive rate, or childbearing rate.
Right. So the 2.1 is talking about, Yanisa, is telling you that a woman, that's the amount she should try to have so that it replaces the generation. You understand?
What, sir?
Right. Now, the opposite to that is what this so-called small hat called Ben Wattenberg, right? He called it the birth dearth. Look that up thing. The birth dearth. What is the birth dearth? DEARTH. Look that up. Let's type it in. What is birth dearth?
Salakia, sir, if I may.
Mm-hmm.
The birth dearth is a term coined by Ben Wattenberg in 1987 to describe sub-replacement fertility rates in modern industrialized nations.
So this is sub, meaning it's lower than the actual fertility rate, where it should be, right? Read on.
Where populations are shrinking because women are having fewer than 2.1 children on average.
Mm-hmm.
It is widely considered a looming crisis that threatens economic growth, social welfare systems, and national vitality.
Right. And now this was what? He was all the way back in what year?
1987.
1987. So this has always been the fear of the so-called oppressor, or one of the fears of him. You understand? Or any nation that's in power, their fear is what? That one day the people who they oppress is going to do what? Outnumber them. It happened to us where? In Egypt, and now it's happened to us in what? In America. You understand? We'll show you the correlation with who? With Egypt and America. That's why America have what? The obelisk. It have certain artifacts that you would have found where? Back in where? In Egypt. You understand? And a good place to look is where? In your pocket. That dollar they're trying to snatch from you. And at that gas pump. On the back of it, there's a pyramid with an eye. I thought this was a Christian country. Why it don't have a cross? Why does it have a pyramid with an eye? Because it's trying to tell you that Egypt all over again on the earth.
So like I said, if I make, and particularly in a democratic system, right? Because, you know, we see right away how they destroyed the Voters' Right Act, you know. So even the appearance of power or ability to access power, you know, has been snuffed out for blacks and Hispanics.
Yes. Right. And correct. Any more on that on Bank Hill?
About the birth dearth, sir?
Yeah.
There's more. It says key aspects of the birth dearth. Affected regions primarily impacts Western Europe, Japan, Russia, South Korea, and increasingly the United States, which hit a record low of 1.62 births per woman in 2023. Salakia.
So now go back to the article now and let's read from here. Among the most affected states.
Among the most affected states, Utah saw the steepest drop with a 33.9% decline in fertility rates.
Go ahead.
Close behind, Arizona, a negative 31.9%, and Delaware, a negative 31.2%, also posted significant decreases, highlighting how many Western states have seen some of the biggest declines in fertility rates. Other states with the highest declines include Nevada at negative 28% and New Mexico at negative 27.3%. On the other hand, the states with the smallest declines in their fertility rate were Louisiana, negative 0.3%, North Dakota, negative 4.3%, and Kentucky, negative 6%.
Okay, good. Now go to Isaiah 47 and 1. Go to Isaiah 47 and 1. And then from there, we're gonna go to that next one that's in the first one. All right. Just bear with me for today. All right, we're gonna deal with this, you know what I mean, with the fear. You know what I mean, white man have. You know what I mean, go, you know what I mean, instead of making robots and blow up dolls, go in there and deal with your woman, man. You know what I mean? You're always thinking about ways to get around a woman. Ain't no getting around it. You know what I mean? And their way of getting around it is somehow, you know what I mean, we have to pay for it. We have to be the ones with abortion clinics in our community. Go take a look. Go look up. Somebody look up this for me. Why Banke alarm? No. Banke, look up this. Look up and see how many abortion clinics were there in Gaza. And how many are there right now? Because they for sure ain't supposed to be having babies across there. No medicine. You understand? No way for these women to have a career.
So like you, sir, it says there are no dedicated legal abortion clinics in Gaza. Abortion is generally illegal in the occupied Palestinian territories. Due to the ongoing conflict, access to any reproductive health care is severely restricted. With 9 out of 10 fertility clinics destroyed.
You understand? Like they had to go in and what? Destroy these people, what? Fertility clinics. Destroy it. Because they didn't have no what abortion clinics. You understand? But here we in America, and they're trying to outsmart our black women into thinking a career is more important than a child. Are you dumb? What they're teaching you in school? Your career is more important than a life, no matter they don't take us serious. You understand? A life is more important than a career, woman. You understand? Young man, a life is more important than a career. Right? Akashka, you have Isaiah 47 and 1 for me? Right? We're gonna touch on this and then we're gonna swing up to that other article. I'm gonna pull it up just now for you. I'm gonna get that one ready.
No, I can't, sir.
Salakia, sir. I did some further digging. It says that the Palestinian Family Planning and Protection Association is a Palestinian sexual and reproductive health NGO founded in Jerusalem in 1964, and it is affiliated with the International Planned Parenthood Federation.
So read that one more time.
It says the PFPPA, or the Palestinian Family Planning and Protection Association, is affiliated with the International Planned Parenthood Federation.
Mm-hmm. So they said that the P what do I call it? The P what?
The PFPPA. The PFPA.
Some Palestinian organization is affiliated with
the International Planned Parenthood Federation.
Yeah. Ain't no sweat. Ain't no sweat. But we ain't. And our sisters are aborting babies nigh onto, you know what I mean, onto a genocide as Yanza was saying. You understand? And we're gonna have to stop it. We're gonna have to stop our sisters and our brothers from unaliving these babies. That the Lord told us to go be fruitful and what? Multiply. Because what you're about to read here pertaining to these oppressors are they in hell. And the Lord dealing with them. But because they're in control of the media, they are not going to show us this. We will have to go dig and bring these things out and show them that they're not bulletproof. You understand? They are a lot fragile than you think they're not. A lot more fragile. Read.
Come on. This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 47 and verse 1. Come down and sit in the dust, O virgin daughter of Babylon.
The Lord is telling the oppressor to what? Come down. Come and sit in the dust. Come and sit in this low state. Or you think you're gonna conquer the world? No, the world wasn't made for you to conquer. The world was made for Black, Hispanics, and Native Indians to conquer and live, or the Lord wants us to live in it. So Isaiah is telling them what? Come sit down, oh you virgin daughter of what?
Of Babylon.
Mm-hmm.
Sit on the ground.
Sit on the ground. Meaning what? Come and sit in this low state. You behave like that, you had the Epstein file. You behave like lowborns. Like, why in the hell you have all the money in the world, but you choose to do what? Molest children? Abuse women? You understand? Read on.
There is no throne, O daughter of the Chaldeans.
Mm-hmm.
For thou shalt no more be called tender and delicate.
Meaning what? Their reputation is going to be destroyed. You understand? Every time you see that picture outside of the truth, brother, I don't know what it used to see to you, but to Black people, that Sesha Borgia picture is, you see him, he is coming to save the day for you. He's coming to save the day. You understand? Read on.
Come on, the book of Isaiah chapter 47 and verse 2. Take the millstone and grind meal, and cover thy locks. Make bare the legs, and cover the thigh. Pass over the river.
Yes, and the Lord is saying to do what? Uncover her shame. You understand? Make her, you know what I mean, shame her. Now you're going across there in the Middle East, and Iran is, oh boy, making you look like yes, yeah. They're calling them what? They call them a what? Paper tiger. Do you all know what a paper tiger is? Look up that definition. What is a paper tiger? Well, them heathens calling the white man that to his face right now.
Salagi, sir.
Come on.
A paper tiger is like you're feigning a strength that you don't have, or it's good on paper, but you don't really have that power.
Yeah. Yeah, they want to project power. Remember, I don't know if you all know, but the deal America made with these Arab countries was to what?
The dollar, to buy the oil with the dollar.
And what? Say that one more time.
To buy the oil only with US dollars.
Yeah, but for them to do that, they had to give something. America had to do something for them.
Protection.
Come on.
And in one day, them Iranians show them other Arab countries, you're not protected. You understand? All the projection of power that they're showing, maybe they're not as powerful as the thing they are. They just have an atomic bomb that it could drop on you, and they've been using that to scare you off. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe they've been doing it. You understand? Because all the wars they've been fighting, lo and behold, it's coming out that these people losing all the wars. But they're finding a way to do what? They're finding a way to project themselves as if they're what? The winners. You understand? If you go talk to Americans back, when was Vietnam? Vietnam, what time?
63 to 74.
63 to 74. They were saying the same thing they're saying right now, that they're winning. And that they had to pull their soldiers out, this, that, the other. What it's saying today, today in 2025.
They've already won.
Yeah. Trump said we won big. We done this. Well, okay, if you win, why the soldiers in back home? If you won already. Why they still in the Middle East? What are they doing in the Middle East? Bring them home. You won. You understand? Read on.
Come on. This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 47 and verse 3. Thy nakedness shall be uncovered.
Thy what?
Thy nakedness shall be uncovered.
The world are going to see that you are the murderer on the face of the earth. That Serge Borgia picture is going to be, you know what I mean? You might as well, you know what I mean, sprinkle some blood on that joker. You know what I mean? Put some blood on it. Say that these are the people that did what? That been unaliving all these nations and been causing all the trouble on the face of the earth. You understand? The Lord is going to what? Uncover the nakedness. The Lord is going to show us, you understand, blacks, Hispanics, and First Nation people, that they are our enemies and been our enemies ever since we came off here on them boats, ever since they stole the land from the native Indians, ever since they stole the land from the so-called Mexican, the Israelites. They've been your enemies, and before then. Right? Read on.
Come on. Yea, thy shame shall be seen. I will take vengeance, and I will not meet thee as a man.
You understand? You all want, so much of us want what? So much of black people want what? Iran to win the war. Nah. Then guess what? If Iran win the war, you'll be looking at what? The Persians as God now. No, your Jesus is just going to be a Persian now. Nah. The Lord can have that. The Lord is saying he is not going to meet you as a man. Why? Because the Lord, once when he destroys America, we all know it was who? It was him that did it. He that did it. You understand? That's why Christ said what? You're going to hear about what? Rumors, what? Of wars. You understand? We're going to go into this Third World War, but don't think any nation going to come out on top and now rule. No. Once we get into that Third World War, it's just a matter of time. When I say get into it, meaning once it pop off. You understand? It's going on, it's getting here, it's creeping to be a world war. Right now, who is it? America, Iran, and then you have who? Russia and Ukraine. When America is with Ukraine, so America is actually fighting Russia. You understand? America is with Israel, fighting who? Iran. And then we ain't talking about the wars that are going on in Africa. I think one of them countries, I think Mali, had to be fighting off some insurgent that's taking place in their country. And them Africans trying to come together under the Russians and them. And then we ain't talking about what? You ain't hear no news about Sudan. Well, I say hear news about Sudan. And they're fighting that taking place. See what I'm saying? Been a while. But that's taking place right now. Right, read on.
This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 47 and verse 4. As for our Redeemer, the Lord of hosts is his name, the Holy One of Israel.
Right, the Holy One of what?
Of Israel.
Of Israel, Blacks, Hispanics, and First Nation people. You understand? We don't beg other nations to fight our war. We don't do it. We get on our knees and beg the Lord to fight our war if we can't fight it. We beg the Lord. You understand? Israelites has never, ever go beg another nation to go fight for them. The real Israelites. You understand? We fight our own war with the Lord. You understand? Now skip down to verse 9.
This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 47 and verse 9. But these two things shall come to thee in a moment, in one day.
Mm-hmm.
The loss of children.
The what?
The loss of children.
The Lord is doing what with their children?
He's diminishing their numbers.
Yeah, he's taking the children out. While he busy trying to stop you from having children, guess what the Lord doing? Taking theirs. You think I'm lying? Bankiel, you able to pull up that first article?
Oh, come on, hold tight, sir. Salakia.
All right. No, this is our way to the right. That article I sent you, right? You want to start from the top, right? Or you could just read the heading, and then we'll skip all the way down.
Come on, sir. Says white deaths exceed births in a majority of U.S. states. A census data brief by the Applied Population Lab.
So this Applied Population Lab come out of our university, I think in Wisconsin. You understand? They're studying this arc. Just like they've been studying us, or they're studying their people too. And what have they seen? That what? White deaths is exceed births. You know what that means? That means just in a matter of time, your population is going to be what?
Wiped out.
Well, yes.
It's going to start to diminish.
That's it. And before you know it, you are going to be what? Second class.
Minority.
Yes, you're going to be a minority. And brother, that's a fear that the oppressor, he will kaboom this entire place so that it doesn't happen. You understand? You understand? One of the reasons they were saying why the Israelis went to war with the Palestinians, because the Palestinians having too much babies. It's just a matter of time. If the Israelis, remember the Israelis, right? In June, I think it's in June, they're going to have what? The largest what?
Gay parade. I mean, it's like an LGBT.
Brother, you ain't saying nothing wrong. They don't make babies, you know. You understand? So now if you have that and you have these people right across the border doing what? Having babies, growing, multiplying, and you sit down and do the maths. You know what I mean? Two sticks don't make babies, okay? In about 40 years. Oh, hell no. Let them come in. We're going to war. You understand? That's just my opinion. That ain't in Bible, but that's just my opinion on how the oppressor he goes about doing it. When it start in his numbers, he start looking at his numbers. Now he looks for a way to come in there. So now guess what? What did they say about the Palestinians and them getting back to their numbers? Look and see. Look, just type in Google right now. How long will it take the Palestinians to get back to normality? Just type it in and tell me where you get. Right? Now, Banker, you stay with me. Come all the way, right? Come all the way down here, where it say conclusion. All right? Let's come all the way down to the conclusion. Right? So this whole entire paper, the little study, and now they're just going to give you it in a nutshell right here. You understand? Going to give you the conclusion of this entire study that they did. Go ahead.
Conclusion. We find overall white natural decrease in the United States for the first time in 2000.
Now, hold on. They call it what? White what?
Natural decrease.
Why? Because this ain't what? This ain't you going to fight a war. This ain't that. This ain't, you know what I mean, we trying to unalive his people. This ain't, you know what I mean, civil war. This is white what?
Natural decrease.
White natural decrease. Oh, the Lord knows how to deal with you white people. You think the Lord are hearing your prayers after every class, Akim? Aquaf? The Lord hearing your prayers. You just may not know it because you ain't had the time to go sit down and do what? The studies that these people have all the time and all the money in the world to do. But guess what? We'll sit down and read it for you. Right? Read on.
For the first time in 2016, according to NCHS data, we also find that 26 states are currently experiencing it and that its occurrence has accelerated significantly in the past 2 years from 17 states in 2014 to 26 states in 2016.
What year we in now,
2026.
Oh, they in a problem, man. They in a spot right now, huh? They in a problem. They are desperate right now. And all you need to do is what? All you need to do, Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, is what? What you need to do?
So like I said, we need to come back to the Lord in the I.S.U.P.K and the command in General YAHANNA.
That's it. You better hurry up and do it. You understand? You better hurry up and do it. That's why the 6 o'clock news with us unaliving each other, it sounds good to them. It make them feel good. You understand? Our women marching in the streets for abortion rights, well, they feel good about that. Don't want them neglects running around. But and you had them on what, food stamp? No. Why should we be feeding your babies? No. Ain't no problem. Yes, and I just see what Margot will put up with the paper tiger. Yeah. That's exactly it. And you'll see how fragile his nation is reading this conclusion. Read on.
Khan. Some 56% of the U.S. population reside in the 26 white natural decrease states, and many of them are among the nation's most populous and urbanized.
Read on.
In addition to the long-term demographic forces we identified, 2 recent trends are accelerating the incidence of white natural decrease. The first is the significant decline in U.S. fertility fostered by the Great Recession.
Fostered by the what?
By the Great Recession.
No money means what to a white man and to a white woman? No money means what? No babies. None. That's why that whole concept of I'm going to choose my career over my baby, that come from who? White woman.
That's right.
Black woman, you better find yourself again and stop thinking like white woman. And you better go in there and have that baby and then do what? Go right back to school. Go right back to getting your career. You understand? That's right. Right? Yanaza, no Yanaza, Akashka. Where stopped at? So bear with me, right?
Isaiah 47 and verse 9 in the middle.
Finish reading that one.
Come. And widowhood, they shall come upon thee in their perfection.
They shall what?
They shall come upon thee in their perfection.
In their perfection. Ain't nobody to make it more perfect than the Most High. This white decrease that's taking place, we ain't had nothing to do with it. Nothing. But somehow the Hispanics getting blame for your depression. Somehow black people getting blame for your depression. You know what you can't blame black people for? For your fertility rate. You understand? Because Commander YAHANNA creating black men who are not going to spread the seed with these oppressors. You understand? They're not. That's your job, white man. Go find all the hymns, and all the what do you call that? Herbs in the world. Drink it. You know your doctors have them the best medicine. Go get them best medicine. And you go to work. You understand? But I know you white men, you rather them dolls, because you don't want to hear that white woman mouth. You rather sit in some lab and create some robot that's going to talk to you. Sweet and nice. That's good. No sweat. The Lord knows how to make it what? How to perfect it. You understand? That white decrease, they call it. Read on.
The book of Isaiah chapter 47 in the middle. For the multitude of thy sorceries and for the great abundance of thine enchantments.
You understand? For your multiple, for your what? Of
the multitude of thy sorceries.
Your multitude, the amount of what? You know what I mean? Things you put out there. You understand? Where you think, you have black women thinking and black men thinking that what? Abortion is better than having a child. And you come up with all the stats to show black people, you're not ready to be a family. You go sit down in Planned Parenthood. They're trying to give you ways or make you feel good of unaliving a child, or you know what I mean, or finding some way for you to plan this whole, you know what I mean, unaliving. It's sorcery. When the Lord has something for you. Back here, go back to the article now.
Come on, sir. It says some 500,000 fewer babies are being born annually now than had pre-recession fertility rates been sustained.
Read on.
And nearly 2.1 million more women of prime childbearing age are childless than would be expected.
Oh, read on.
A significant share of those 500,000 annual births that are not occurring would have been white. A critical question now is whether these births have been delayed or whether they will be foregone entirely.
I'm gonna help you. It's foregone entirely. It ain't coming back. It's not. You understand? The oppressor, you know what I mean? He back. Remember when we did the history on marriage? When I say marriage on paper, where it comes from? It came from Rome. Why? Because back then, men were doing what? What men were doing back then in Rome time, before you had the agreement, the business agreement you had with that woman on paper. Come on.
That was legal with men?
Yeah. They rather proceed in man than proceed in a woman. You understand? Which means what? You can't have babies, and they know it. Because to the white man, having a child act is almost as it's like having, you know what I mean? I don't know, a disease. I don't know. It's like having something on you that is problematic. They don't like children. You see how they treat the kids? When I think about white people having kids, you know who comes to mind? That Eddie. Ed Geehan. That's what comes to mind. You know you have the most sickest, vile creature in your house, and you will act as if he's normal. You understand? Act as if he's normal. You will chain the boy to what? To the radiator. Do all the evil stuff to him. You can imagine Donald Trump's father and how he was brought up. It's bad. Read on.
Khan. A second factor with significant implications for white natural decrease is the increasing rate of mortality among 30 to 59-year-old whites from what have been called deaths of despair.
Deaths of what?
Deaths of despair.
Oh boy. Like, I don't understand. Like, these people own the entire earth. Look, you talk more death of despair. What the hell are you talking about? So you could imagine if he had to live like us, or when he has to live like us, brother, they will want to commit suicide every day. And I pray the Lord give us the power on them days to be like, oh, John, wake up. You have to go pick your cotton. But I just cut my wrist. No, you ain't cut. No. You good. Get up. Or you thought it was going to be that easy. No. Or you just, you know what I mean, take the noose from around the neck, you know what I mean, get them down and say, oh, it ain't going to be that easy. No, go out in that field and do what my forefathers used to do. Pick cotton. Go work. Go do something. Because, brother, the slightest despair. And guess what's happened? Read on.
Khan. Such deaths include drug-induced deaths.
Drug what?
Drug-induced deaths.
Yeah, they, you know what I mean, they're trying to self-medicate. But, you know what I mean, somehow it's to the death. You understand? Because life is rough. Life is hard. Because the own people creating a system where you had to live like us. You think our oppressor want to live in the ghetto like us, huh? No. He rather do this. Read on.
Intentional suicide. Accidental drug overdose.
Right. Where's the white actor that had a drug overdose and the court the drug dealer and charge him for it? I forget the white actor. One of the white actors died from an overdose, and they caught the drug dealer, and now the drug dealer in jail from an OD. Fentanyl. Read on.
Salakia. And alcohol deaths. Such deaths have increased sharply in recent years among whites. This has contributed to the rising incidence of white natural decrease. In fact, such deaths of despair were the difference between the natural increase and natural decrease in 8 of the 26 states with white natural decrease in 2016. These deaths
and no, ask yourself this. When did Trump came in and banned abortion? So like I think he left the abortion up to the state or something like that. Or I think he banned it overall, made it a federal crime. I forget how it goes. Come on.
So like, yes, sir. I believe you were talking about Matthew Perry.
Matthew Perry. Yeah. That's him. Oh, deed. And you hear actor. And I think he was getting money. Because if he didn't get that money, where he getting all that money to buy drugs from?
So like you, sir, he was on that syndicated Friends series. So they were getting paid.
Yeah, he didn't have to do nothing for the rest of his life, but sit back. But he didn't just want to sit back. He want to sit back and do drugs. And he only listen to Nancy Reagan. What Nancy Reagan say? Just say no. Don't do drugs. Okay. But now we have an epidemic. Now we have a problem in the earth. You understand? Read on.
These deaths of despair are likely to accelerate the transition from natural increase to natural decrease in many other states in the near future.
Right, in the near future. Brother, the Lord is doing this so perfect. Like, who could they blame for this? They can't blame black people. They can't blame Hispanics. But guess what they could do? They could find a way to do what? To try and slow us up. And the Lord he perfecting it on them. Are you slowing us up? Oh, we're going to have something called the white decrease, which is what? Which is more deaths than births. And they have the largest population. Brother, read on. Read on and you'll see how bad this thing getting. And you'll understand why you don't hear anything about the Ukrainians, anything about the Europeans coming in here, and now they have to round them out and kick them off. Why? Because they need what? America need what? More what?
More babies.
From where?
Salakia, sir, more white babies.
Yeah. So guess what? They need what? More Europeans, what? Immigrants.
That's right.
So you won't hear nothing about those white immigrants coming across here. We hear nothing about them. So you telling me Ukraine in the middle of a war and their people here doing what? They need men to go fight the war. Why they not across there? Go back to Ukraine and go fight your war. But now you won't hear about it because they need their men. They need their women. Because what the Lord doing to them, brother, read on. You'll see how much he has. Anybody look up to see how much years it will take the Palestinians to get back to their population that it was at before the war? Just look up. But Banka, you stick with me. Go ahead, Banka, read on.
Khan. The growing natural decline among whites in the U.S. states contributes to the larger racial ethnic shifts occurring in the U.S. population. As white natural increase has diminished, the share of the U.S. population that is white has declined from 79.6% in 1980 to 61.3% in 2016.
I mean, 2026, right? Read on.
Khan. Census Bureau projections suggest that the white population will begin to decline in absolute numbers between 2030 and 2040, and that by 2050, whites will constitute less than half, 47% of the U.S. population.
Oh boy, I think it'll be even worse than that. It'll be worse than that. They try not to scare the piss out of the oppressor. Because once you do that, somehow other nations have to pay for it. Somehow the Mexicans had to pay for it. Somehow black people got to pay for it. You understand? This year, what they're doing to the Hispanic, what they're doing to black people, it has to do with numbers. They're finding a way to keep our numbers down. They're searching for ways to keep our numbers down. Why in the hell, or else, why in the hell you tell me in 2020, 2026, black woman is still dying from having babies, from complication. Why?
Rocky, sir.
Come on.
I did find a little information on the projected birth rate of the Palestinian.
Come on.
So they're saying that in 2023, the Palestinian fertility rate was 3.31 births per woman.
Wow.
Now they're saying here it's saying by current total fertility rate 3.84, projected total fertility rate by 2030 would be 3.4. Demographic dividend. So they're still, even though they still being genocide, they still having babies still.
Yeah.
And it says here, by the year 2100, that they would have reproduced more than 102.5% from its current level of 11.1 million.
You understand? And that's in 2023, right?
Sir. That was in
Right.
2023, and at the present birth rate, by the year 2100, they would have doubled. Well, I guess that they 100%, 102.5%.
Yeah.
By the year 2100.
And when the war started?
What is it? 2023, right?
Sure.
No, I'm not sure.
2026, eh?
No, the war with the Palestinians.
Oh, that's 2023 or so.
2025.
But just look it up. You'll see. You'll see that this is a numbers game when it comes to them. You understand?
Salakia, sir.
Come on.
And to amplify a previous point that you made with respect to the immigration of like the Ukrainians, I remember in 2025, they had that executive order to allow those white Afrikaners to come to America. They were granted refugee status because of the so-called genocide that was transpiring in South Africa. And when you look at what the Afrikaners are, it says it's a South African ethnic group descended from 17th and 18th century Dutch, German, and French Huguenot settlers. So they're all white.
Yeah.
Salakia.
Yeah.
Salakia, sir.
Come on.
I found something else that might be interesting, if I may.
Come on.
It says the Palestinians of Israel reached their highest fertility rate during 1960 to 65, with an average of 8.1 children per woman, 9.2 for Muslims, 4.7 for Christians. And then we had the war of 1967.
You understand?
Sir.
Numbers. You know what I mean? But they might pass it off as they're trying to get oil and land. You understand? Who knows? But I'm saying for us, blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, when it comes down to it, there's numbers. And in Egypt, you saw that. You understand? With Pharaoh and what he was trying to do. And then with Christ, what did they try to do with Christ? Give me that. Whole way at Kashka. Go to I'll tell you just now. Go to where Herod. Hold on. I'll tell you. Go to Matthew 2:16.
Salakia, sir.
Uh-huh.
Are you referring to the slaughter of the innocents? That decree that Herod made?
Yes. Yes.
This is the book of Matthew chapter 2 and verse 16. Then Herod, when he saw that he was mocked of the wise men, was exceedingly wroth, and sent forth and slew all the children that were in Bethlehem and in all the coast thereof, from 2 years old and under, according to the time which they had diligently inquired of the wise men.
You understand? Because the wise men told him that this was going to be what? The king. You understand? This is the king. Christ is the king of Israel. You understand? And the oppressor numbers to him, you understand, is him going to what? Lose what? Power. And he will do everything. He will put things in decree like abortion. He'll make sure their laws trying to do what? Stop us from having babies. You understand? He will destroy the nucleus of that family. You understand? To the point now where there's more single mothers than what? Marriage. You understand? And married ones with fathers in the home. Why is that the case? Like kids growing up today, you understand? If it was not for the truth, most of us will think living in a single family home, parent home, would have been normal. But that is not normal. That's very traumatizing for a child. Growing up with what? Without the mother, and of course growing up without the father, that's traumatizing. You understand? All right? Hold on. Any more to that, Akashka?
That's it.
All right. Right? Now, go back to the article. I know we over the time. Give me about 5 more minutes.
Khan says, in contrast, the high birth to death ratio among younger minority populations has fueled much of the nation's recent population increase. For example, the Latino population is now responsible for the majority of all U.S. population increase.
What? What? Say it again.
It says the Latino population is now responsible for the majority of all U.S. population increase.
Lab and them having all the SEX. All. You understand? Having all. And Esau is jealous. You understand? He is jealous. You understand? Read on.
Khan. And is expected to contribute even more in the future. The share of the nation's population.
No, you see what I'm saying? He could have left that out. Just leave it out, man. Now you're putting an X, you know what I mean, a target on the Latinos' back for the so-called oppressor. Read on.
The share of the nation's population that is Latino rose from 6.4% in 1980 to 17.9% in 2016. And it is projected to reach 29% by 2060. It says,
our own going up in what? Our own going up in what?
His is going down.
Yes. So the more they oppress us, the more what? More babies we're going to have. Because what these bastards don't know is that these babies are the ones that's going to come and do what? What these babies are going to come and do?
Take the kingdom.
Yeah, help you. But they don't know that. To them, a baby is a problem, is an inconvenience. Somebody said it. To them, the baby is an inconvenience. When the Lord trying to show you having babies is going to ensure that your what? That your nation survive. That your nation gets through whatever hell is going to get through. You understand? It's going to get through it. You understand? Somebody put Lahab number in there for the brother. Where's the school? Close to Winston-Salem. We have a school out there in Canopolis, right? You're gonna get, you know what I mean, Michael Rodman. I'm gonna have somebody put a number in there for you for Lahab, brother over the school there. All right, you give him a call. You understand? All right. Zion, make sure I do it right. Pay attention for him, right? All right, read on.
Khan, sir.
Back here, sorry.
Sir. Though much attention focuses on immigration, Latino natural increase has been a significant contributor to overall U.S. natural increase over the past several decades. However, it diminishes as a result of the recession, with natural increase declining from 927,000 in 2007 to 730,000 in 2016.
Read on.
Factors contributing to this decline include a significant drop in immigration from Mexico and a substantial reduction in births. Latina births fell by 14% between 2007 and 2016, nearly 1.5 times as great as the decline in white births at 9%.
Right? So it's saying that what? And now the Latinos are doing what? Their reproduction is going down now. You understand? Why? Is it because what? They want to? This mess is engineered by the so-called oppressor. You put in families in cages.
Right.
Families can't see the kids because you have them in cages. You have families getting separated, and now they can't see the kids for years, if not ever in their life again. And you're wondering why they ain't having babies?
So like
because you're traumatizing them. Come on.
I would it pains me to think about this, but you know, for the families, the Latino families that they would target, I'm sure, you know, they had a lot of children. You know, I would like to believe that those were the families that they wanted to separate, the ones that had the propensity to basically reproduce exponentially. They're going to separate them, you know, and put them across over the border or deport them. Salakia.
No, I see what you're saying, but how your oppressor thinks is almost as if, like, black people thinking, like, okay, well, he only bring the bad Negroes across on the boat. No, he didn't have time to choose. He bring the good, the bad, the short, the tall, the big, you know, whatever. He throw everybody on the boat and bring them here. You understand? And when it comes to him, it's almost, just think how an animal would think. You understand? That's how he thinks. You understand? But his and his and his alone. Now skip to that next chapter, the demographics.
Khan. The demographic trends underlying the current natural decline of whites and the increasing shift to a more racially, ethnically diverse U.S. population have major policy implications.
Here we go.
First,
Doge. Here we go. You understand? Like they don't, okay, like I wish black people wake up and realize that, I mean, all the love they talk more in Christian church, somehow it don't come back to us. I mean, with the American population. All the love you're talking about. You understand? It don't come back to us. And when you see it, the oppressor is racist. He is racist. And we be thinking, nah, he ain't. You just the only one feel like that. You understand? We all equal. We all could go to school. We all have equal chances. Are you a retard? Sorry. Are you slow? It has never been equal in this place. Never. Look at our black schools. You understand? Just look at our black schools. Are they equal to the oppressor Ivy League schools? No. Never been equal. Read on.
Con.
And that's just one system I'm bringing up. The education system. Read on.
First, the largely white older population will grow rapidly as baby boom cohorts continue to age. As they do, demands on the healthcare and retirement system will dramatically increase. Second, the youth population, increasingly a population of color, will require major investments in education and training if the United States is to maintain a productive workforce in an increasingly competitive technological and global labor market.
You understand? They're fighting it so much they don't want you to become pilots, sir. They're fighting it. And these white boys crashing all the planes. But guess what? You're gonna blame what? Black people now for crashing them planes? Or you're gonna blame the plane, not the pilot? Well, maybe you don't have enough black pilots. You know what I mean? You lucky them Tuskegee Airmen was with you in that World War. Right. Lucky you had them. You understand? You better thank the Lord you had them. Read on.
With an aging white population and a youthful population increasingly of color, each with competing demands on government budgets, there is considerable potential for conflicts concerning funding priorities.
Right. So now this just going into what? Into the obstacle that will have to come into play when, guess what? When we start to do what? When we start to get neck and neck with what? When colored people, when the Hispanics, the First Nation, and all the other people start to do what? Start to come up. His numbers start to go down. Now he has to worry about what? How he's going to deal with that financially. Skip to the next chapter.
Con. Natural decrease is the ultimate demographic consequence of population aging, low fertility, and a diminishing childbearing age population. The rapid rise in the number of U.S. states experiencing white natural decrease reflects the demographic changes underway.
Read on.
Our analysis suggests that more states are likely to experience white natural decrease in the near future. However, there is a low probability of natural decrease in the overall population in most states in the foreseeable future due to the substantial natural increase among Latinos, African Americans, Asians, and Native peoples.
Boy, you better thank the Lord. You understand? Read on.
Con. Many developed nations already face far more widespread natural decrease than the United States.
Listen to this good. Listen to this good. Read.
In Europe, overall deaths exceed births in 17 countries.
In where?
In Europe, overall deaths exceed births in 17 countries.
Oh, it's bad for Europe. Read on.
Compared to the United States, European fertility rates are lower.
Oh, boy. What is these European men doing?
Salak, y'all the one.
Come on.
They doing the same thing that the Romans were doing, sir.
Yeah. How to be? They have to be. Read on.
The population is considerably older, and there are fewer women of childbearing age. Thus, the immediate challenges European nations face in dealing with widespread natural decrease may provide important lessons to U.S. policymakers as they prepare to address this issue in the future.
And that's it. For them bastards. The Europeans feeling it. White America feel it. White people are feeling it. Esau is feeling it. And the Lord is doing it what? Perfectly. That's right. We ain't got nothing to do with it. The Lord just making you barren. While you try to force abortion on us, while you try to force like oppress us in a recession, you're oppressing black people. The Lord has something for you. You understand? He has something for you. Go back to Isaiah.
This is the book of Isaiah,
47.
chapter 47 and verse 10.
Mm-hmm.
For thou hast trusted in thy wickedness.
For what?
For thou hast trusted in thy wickedness.
That's why the Bible said the earth is given into the hands of the what? The wicked. You understand? These are wicked men over us. And the Lord is saying, you wicked men, you're trusting your wickedness. The American government, you're trusted in your wickedness. The Israeli government, you're trusted in your wickedness. The European governments, you're trusted in your wickedness. England, you're trusted in your wickedness. You understand? You laughed off black people when they start talking about reparation. You laughed us off. Ain't no sweat. You tell us to lace our boots up. You tell us forget about slavery. Ain't no sweat. Read on.
Thou hast said, none seeth me.
Thou hast said what?
Thou hast said, none seeth me.
Nobody's seeing me. You look in the news, I'm saving countries from dictatorships. I'm giving what? Medicines to all these third world countries. I'm giving them what do they call that? What aid they call it? I forget the term for it. Something aid, foreign aid. I'm giving foreign aid to all these third world countries. Medicine to all these third world countries. Nobody's seeing it. Nobody's seeing it. Nobody's seeing how evil he is. Read.
Thy wisdom and thy knowledge, it has perverted thee.
Thy what?
Thy wisdom and thy knowledge, it has perverted thee.
Yeah, you think having a nuclear bomb makes you safe from the Lord? You think having the Air Force or the Space Force is going to save you from the Lord? Your Space Force ain't saving your fertility rate. Your military ain't saving your fertility rate. You understand? Your wisdom is not saving your fertility rate. It's not. Read on.
Come on. Isaiah 47 and verse 10 at the end. And thou hast said in thine heart, I am, and none else beside me.
No problem. We'll see. We'll see. That's why the Lord said what? You are going to be what? What did he say in Obadiah? That he's going to be what? Cut off for what?
Cut off forever.
Forever. Forever. And he knows this and he's scared of it. To piss. He's scared of it. All right. Read verse 11.
Come on. The book of Isaiah, chapter 47 and verse 11. Therefore shall evil come upon thee.
Read on.
Thou shalt not know from whence it riseth, and mischief
You
shall
wouldn't
fall
know.
upon thee.
You wouldn't know where it come from. You wouldn't know. I want to know you're trying. Trying. You gotta go to the doctor. Doc, what you got? You're trying. It ain't working. It ain't working. Read.
Come. And mischief shall fall upon thee. Thou shalt not be able to put it off.
This you cannot stop, Esau. This natural, what do I call it? Natural decrease. This white natural decrease, you are not going to be able to put it off. This is inevitable. Because they agreed. You understand? because of you being evil to God's chosen people, white decrease is not going to increase. You understand? It's not. Your fertility rate is not going to increase.
Right.
It's going to keep on what? Going down and down and down until they start coming out and giving you lies in the papers. You understand? Like how they would do it. Come out until they know we're stable with this for this amount of years. We've gotten this. Try to make you all look, like as if you're fine. You're not fine. You as a people oppressor, your people are very fragile. You understand? Don't let the guns and the nuclear bombs and the warship fool you. You're very fragile as a nation. All right. I think that's it on that, right?
A little bit more, sir.
Come on.
And desolation shall come upon thee suddenly, which thou shalt not know.
Yeah, no. You'll be in the lab trying to do what? Create baby. You'll have all your fertility clinics with all the semen in it, and it will not stop it. They ain't gonna stop it. With all the technology. You tell him all the technology he have, and he can't stop his people from having this white natural decrease. Maybe the Lord was right when he say he did what? He made us jealous over a what? A foolish nation. All right? All right. Anything again? Any questions? Anything before I let you all out? You're good to go?
Con one con.
You know what I mean? All right. So with that, I'm gonna end the day on that. I'm gonna pass the class over to priest and officer. Who am I passing over to? Who in Fayetteville?
Salaki, Officer Quadam.
Quadam? Okay, give me one minute. Quadam, get Matthew 5 and 17 quick for me. Take Marco. I have a question there quick. Let me see if it's short. 5 and 19. Is it something specific, Margot?
You said 5 and 19 or 5 and 17, sir?
5 and 17 to 19.
That's the book of Matthew, chapter 5, verse 17. Think not that I have come to destroy the law or the prophets. I am not come to destroy, but to fulfill.
Yeah, just in a nutshell, Christ is saying that he did not come to do what? To destroy the law. Like the Christians like to say what? The laws are what? Done away with. But Christ is saying the total opposite. He's saying, I didn't come to destroy the law. I came to fulfill it, which means fulfill means to what? To do. Christ came to show us how the law was supposed to be done. You understand? That's what Christ is saying. So this scripture right here will destroy the foundation of the Christian church when it comes to saying the laws are done away with. You understand? All right? That's Matthew 5 and 17 in a nutshell. All right? Christ didn't come to destroy the law. All right? All right. And with that, I'm going to pass the class over to priest and officer Kodam.
Clap it up for the class. Mr. Israel Imagine. We're going to render one courteous salute unto the teacher, Mr. Israel Imagine Shabbat. Imagine. Barak. Yahabah Shimmy Abashab.
Yahabah Shimmy Abashab Thumb.
Right in the time. Sorry, in the turn. I imagine in the stand. So like Mr. Israel, we're going to render one courteous salute to the sisters. Mr. Israel Imagine Shabbat. Imagine. Barak. Yahweh Shemal. Right at the time. Your shopping to be seated. Computer announcements. We're the I.S.U.P.K, starting out of 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York, operating under the leadership of Commander Jenny YAHANNA. Rule for new brother and sister. When the new brother and sister are in the school, they are off months. They are to be saluted on. They are here to share themselves of the world. If they need transportation, the teacher will arrange it. After 6 months, if a brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to a brother or sister. There is another 6 months in which the brother and sister will court each other. After this 6 months period, the brother and sister will get permission from the head to marry. Tithes, which is a commandment. Numbers 18 and 21, Malachi 3, 8 through 10, means tenth in the Hebrew, ma'ashara. 10% of every penny of any increase the Most High gives you, give to the treasury department or teacher. Priest fund, free will offer for priests, not mandatory, whatsoever amount you would like. Upcoming Holy Convocation, is still in the Feast of First Fruits. It started after the Sabbath day of unleavened bread on sundown, which was Sunday, April the 12th, 2026. You go for a span of 50 days. We'll celebrate on the 50th day, which will be Sunday, May the 31st, 2026, starting at before sundown. You can find in Leviticus, the 23rd chapter, the 10th verse through the 22nd verse. We got the cookout, the blackout cookout in Tennessee coming up July the 4th. You understand, get your affairs in order, call your camp leader if you need anything, with that, the class is missed. Oh, the Salaki, we got the food and clothing drive, was it May 9th? This weekend. In Durham, you understand, Salaki.
Yeah, right.